Hi guys, so today we're having a look at the new or revamped Lasting Perfection Matte Foundation from Collection. So I've got the foundation and I've also got the concealer. So I tried the concealer, the Lasting Perfection concealer, like the kind of original one. I really wasn't a fan. I didn't feel like I could get a great match out of it, and I just generally didn't love it. So I was curious when they revamped it. Let's put it that way. So we'll start with pricing. So the foundation is £6.49 and the concealer is £4.19. So you get 4 mils of the concealer and 27 mils of the foundation. I've actually got different shades. I've got Extra Fair, which is shade 4 for the foundation, and Porcelain, which is shade 2 for the concealer. So what I found kind of interesting was I remember when I kind of first looked at this, I couldn't find a shade that I felt was perfect for me. So they have introduced more shades. I'm just trying to find this one on the website because it's being a pest. So I'm looking at the Superdrug website and they're giving you information about what the shades used to be in the previous formula. So this one was previously shade 0 Extra Fair. So this previously was the lightest one. There's now obviously a couple of shades before it. So what they say about it as a foundation is it's now available in 20 shades, so they've expanded that, which is great. It says it offers up to 16 hours of wear and has SPF 30 in it now. So it says, for early mornings or late nights it will last with you. The 6-in-1 vegan formula primes, conceals, covers, smooths, protects and mattifies. Weird to say it conceals and then bring out a concealer, but okay. The medium to full coverage foundation seamlessly blends for a flawless complexion and is now specially formulated to perfectly match all shades of Lasting Perfection concealer. So, the foundation and the concealer, I've used both of them today. I don't like if I can remember correctly, the concealer doesn't make any kind of revolutionary boasts. Yeah, no, it doesn't really say anything different. It does claim to be water resistant for both the foundation and the concealer. It says it's transfer proof and it's not going to clog your pores. And yeah, so let's see how I got on with doing my foundation with these. Right, so I've primed with the Revolution Matte Primer and I'm going in with my It Cosmetics Star Brush because I'm a giant child and I still haven't stopped using this. So anyway, I don't know how the colour match is going to be on this because I bought this kind of going into lockdown and there wasn't any testers, which is totally sensible. I'm not querying that, but my colour match might be way off. So taking a few goes to get going with the pump, and looks relatively thick, which I should expect with something that's claiming to be full coverage. Flynn, by the way, is down in the bedroom with a huge bone and all his toys and a full bowl of water, so he's just looking for attention. I promise he's perfectly safe. He just wants to hang out with me. Because somehow during this lockdown he hasn't had enough of that. I've maybe gone a tiny bit pale, shade-wise, but we'll work it out. It's fine. So, I'm just realising it says shake well before use. Oops. With this thick of a formula, that's kind of weird. What I'll do is I'm just going to shake it. Try and shake it. Although the stuff that's in the pump isn't going to get shook, really, is it? Anyway, let's try a bit from the post-shaken section. This seems thick enough that I can't imagine it making much difference. No. I've got to admit, I'm not loving the kind of texture on this. Zoom you guys in. looks really chalky. That's a loose hair. Isn't helping. Or stray hair rather than loose. But this looks kind of gross. Not just because of the bad shade match. Gonna persevere, it might get better. We've still got a concealer to layer on top of that as well. Yeah, so despite this being, you know, as I said, supposedly a 6-in-1, there's a concealer, which is weird. So, yeah. I don't know. I feel like this wants to be full coverage, but it's not going on nicely enough. Like, the texture's just really getting in the way of the coverage. Does that make sense? Makes sense in my head. You know, like, because it's going on so patchy and streaky that, like, maybe if the consistency was a bit nicer, it would be properly full coverage. But it's not. So I'm just gonna, because I've got so much in the back of my hand now, wipe that off. And let's get the concealer going. So, hopefully this doesn't tell me that I need to shake it before use, because, well, this doesn't have any instructions on it. So I'm going to correct under one eye and not under the other, so that I can see kind of how this does. So that was just the NYX corrector, if anybody's wondering. So I'll zoom you out a tiny bit for the out, not in. So two of my neighbours have just walked along the corridor with their dog, so that's why Flynn's getting a wee bit chatty again. So this is a really small doe foot applicator. I feel like they've been getting bigger and bigger on concealer lately, so this looks particularly odd. It's actually a really nice gel feel almost to it, which is very surprising after the kind of almost chalkiness of the foundation. Pleasant surprise, though. If the foundation felt more like this, that would have been a really nice texture for a foundation. So this is a great size for getting right in there on the nose crease. It would be pretty nifty if you were doing under your brows as well. And good for targeting spots. So let's hope this blends out nicer than the foundation. With the texture, genuinely expecting it to. Right. I might have put on far too much of that. See, there's that texture again. Kind of thinking I want to kind of dab some of the excess off of this. This is just like a clean brush, so I can remove some product. Well, that worked. That's a bit better. Yeah, now there's less texture. That's good. So go light-handed with the concealer. Or actually at this point I'm almost thinking skip the foundation altogether. Just use the concealer. Because it has pretty much rescued this skin situation. But yeah, go really light-handed with it. Little goes a long way, which makes this even more of like a kind of budget-friendly option than it already is. Quickly going to set with the Too Faced Peach Perfect Powder, and then I'll do a timestamp and go and finish the rest of my face, which also means keeping Flynn company. So, it's like I don't mind, like I'll have him in here when I'm doing like quick check-ins and stuff, but after that time that he like dragged my mirror off the table, bit nervous about having him in here for more than like just a wee minute or two. So I think we'll agree that this is most definitely a matte foundation. Perhaps better used with a sponge with the chalkiness. But it's set nicely. So I'm happy with that. What are we at time-wise? It is 10 o'clock. So I will come back and do some more check-ins. I'm just doing a quick extra powder on my nose because my nose is my worst oily area. So yeah, so I'll be back and we'll see how this holds up. Right, so I'm back for a check-in. It is 3:30 just now. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in. Coverage, looking totally fine from a distance. It's actually looking really nice on camera. Zooming in. So we've got a bit of oil breaking through. And I've lost a little bit of coverage around my nostrils for some reason. Probably from fixing that actually. Coverage in my nose is a little bit lighter. I've got a couple of wee kind of marks where I've caught my nails, but nothing drastic. I'm going to touch up the powder just because it's my preference to be really, really matte, and we'll keep going with the, you know, the wear test because it says 16-hour wear, not 16-hour matte finish. So I can't really hold it against it that it's got like a bit oily. I haven't had a particularly strenuous day. Done a little bit of clearing out in the flat. And yeah. So I'm happy with that. Back to matte. Just gonna go and run a couple of other errands and we'll see how this holds up for the rest of the day. Right, so I'm back for a rather late final check-in. So it is 10:15. I fell asleep. So let's zoom in, and I've got no earrings in. I just keep forgetting. And I won't keep piercing. We're doing really well. So we're really oily. And the foundation's kind of bunched up a little bit in a not very attractive way. And yeah. I mean, I can blend it back out, which is something, I guess. You know, if you were out and about, you wouldn't be stuck. You could blot and kind of reblend the iffy parts. But, I mean, we're nowhere near the 16-hour mark. We're losing coverage, and the oil's broke through quite significantly twice now. So I definitely don't believe the whole 16-hour claims. I mean, it does say up to 16 hours, so I think you'd have to have like the least oily skin in the world to get anywhere near that 16-hour mark. But then if you, hi Flynn, but then if you had the least oily skin in the world, that kind of application with like the chalkiness, that's going to be horrendous for you. The concealer, it's just the lasting perfection. It's not marked as being matte, so that would be why it was a little bit nicer. But again, you know, I'm losing coverage in all the areas that was in as well, so I'm not rating these. I'm much happier with like the Revolution Infinite Cover Concealer, and I like their matte foundation better as well. So for me, this is a pass, it's a goodbye. If you've got any questions, leave them below and I'll get back to you. And I am going to bed, even though I just got up from a nap to walk Flynn. So I'll see you guys later. Bye!